Guys, so today I'm going to be showing you my updated summer foundation routine. The last time I did one of these videos was last summer, so I'm going to be doing that for you guys today. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Please subscribe before you leave, and let's just get started. So I'm first going to start off by priming my face, obviously, and I'm going to use my Revlon photoready pore reducing primer, and this will just smooth out the skin before, move my hair back, before we go in with foundation. So I'm first gonna put that in my T-zone area and just blend that in. I love this primer because it's really smoothing. It's really good at like filling in your pores, just like the name says. And it's perfect. It's perfect to get really smooth skin. So then I'm gonna put it a little more on the outside of my face, like right here, and on my cheeks a little more, and some more on my forehead. So basically use like 2 pumps of that, and then I'm going to go in with, yes, I'm using 2 primers. I always mix primers now. I never use one primer anymore, unless if I'm not wanting to be glowy, but I want to be glowy today. So I'm going to use the Loreal True Match Lumi Glotion. I love that name. It's so cute. Mine is in Fair, and just going to put some on the back of my hand and dot that all over my face to get a really pretty dewy glow. I love the mixture of these 2 products because they really, the first one really smooths out the skin, and then this one obviously adds some glowiness. So I love them both together. They're like a perfect combo. So then for foundation, I can't stop using this every summer. Like even in the winter, I can't stop using this. This foundation is so good. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear, and I have mine in the lightest shade. So I'm going to take 2 pumps of that. This foundation is just so beautiful. It gives you a really pretty glow, and it lasts a really long time on the skin, and I just love it for summertime. I used it, I first started using it I think the year before last. Last year I was like a ride or die for the Wet n Wild Dewy foundation, which I still really like that foundation, but I love this one so much also. And I wanted to use it again with my with like another priming combo, just so I could use it again for video. But I'm going to blend this all out with my e.l.f. total face sponge, and ever since I started using this sponge, I haven't stopped. I'll use it every single time I do my makeup, unless if I'm doing something really fast, because then I go in with a brush just to get things quickly blended. But when I'm trying to have like a good finish and everything and really smooth skin, I always use this total face sponge. I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I've just started using this and I love it, and it's the same exact color. So it's my favorite now for like the summer, and I'm gonna put that all over my face. One of the biggest reasons that this is my favorite concealer, like the e.l.f. Camo range, is because it's just so like, it's the best color that I've ever gotten in a concealer before. So that's why I love it so much, because I'm really fair and it's hard to find really fair concealer colors, but both of these are perfect. So now I'm like never gonna put down the camo concealers. But I wish I would have found it a little bit sooner, but I didn't realize that they had the exact shades, because they don't have all of the whole shade range in any of the stores near me, so, or at least I haven't found any. But I'm just gonna blend this out with the pointed side of my sponge, and that concealer gives such a beautiful finish. Really good for highlighting, and it's really full coverage, so it conceals all of my acne really good. This foundation and the concealer are like, and with the primer combo is so pretty. Like, it's really glowy, and it's also like really smooth. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but like if a foundation's gonna cling to my skin, it's gonna cling around my nose and like my chin, my forehead, where like most of my acne is, and it's not clinging anywhere, and it's really smooth, and but at the same time natural, and it's really dewy too. So I really love this whole combo. And for my contour and blush, I've actually been using cream contour and blush. So I'm gonna use the e.l.f. cream contour palette, and this shade right here is actually a perfect like pale cool tone contour color. So it's like perfect. I actually have been loving doing this because it makes my contour last longer, and it's just so beautiful. And I feel like cream contour is perfect for in like the summertime. I'm using this e.l.f. angled contour brush. I literally got this for like my eyes, and then I never used the brush, and then I got the cream contour palette for the summertime, and I realized this would be like the perfect brush to use. So I'm just putting that in all the areas that I would contour in. And then I'm going to take the side that I use for foundation on my sponge and blend it out. And it just blends out so perfectly. And the cream and using such a small brush really helps get really precise with the contour. So I really love doing this actually. And it feels perfect to do in like the spring and summertime. So then I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Putty blush, and this one, I think it's in Bora. It's like the really light pink one, and I'm just gonna take some with my finger and dot it on. I do it like upwards so that way have more of a lifted effect. So now I'm going to do my powder. I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in Fair, and I never use any other powders. I love this powder so much because it really smooths out my skin by doing this technique. I always do it every time. So I'm going to use my sponge, the pointed side, and I just take some of the powder on the sponge and I set my under eyes with this. So I blend out the creases and blend it, just like press it down and blend it outwards all over the under eye and kind of on my cheek a little bit. And I do it on my nose and my upper lip. And it just makes like the pore area and my under eyes and everything just look so smooth. And then I do my forehead too, and it helps your makeup last too. To set like the outer perimeter of my face and like down my neck, I use the same powder, and I just use this big e.l.f. powder brush. This brush is so soft, I love it. I'm just gonna set. So then to help smooth out my skin even more, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear foundation in a powder, and this powder I absolutely love. It really like smooths out the skin like I was talking about with my Maybelline Fit Me powder, but like even more so. I just really love it. And when I did this whole routine and I extra set my face with this, my foundation lasted way longer than it normally does. So this powder is really good, and like when my makeup wears off during the day, I can literally go in with the little puff that comes with it and go back over my face with that, and it will just smooth out any like cakiness or anything, and it just will completely conceal that area all over again, so I don't have to go in with concealer and then powder because it's all together. And you might think this is a lot, which it kind of is, so you can skip this if you want to, and you could use this maybe as like a touch-up powder, which is basically what I do. but I'm just setting my face with this over again. Then I'm going to do a little bit more on my cheeks. I'm going to use the new Physicians Formula Matte Monoi Butter Bronzer. Actually, I'm not so sure how new this is, but I love it. And I'm going to use my Morphe JH02 brush. And it smells really good. It's like still buttery, but it's more florally. It's much more florally than the original butter bronzer. But I really like it. So I literally, I don't know if you saw that, I just take one dot of it and go over where I contoured just to add some more bronze to the skin. I'm gonna go in with, this has been one of my favorite palettes to use because it's such great quality, the BH Cosmetics Blushing in Bali palette, and I love this powder blush. It's amazing. So I'm gonna take some of that and apply that on top of the blush that I already laid down. And then for highlight, this pretty highlighter right here. This is like a really light pale gold shade, which is perfect for me. So I get my like gold fix, but it's not too what's the word? It's not too dark. And oh yeah, my blush brush is the Morphe JH04, and this highlighter brush is just a little DUcare highlighter brush on Amazon, and I love it. But I just put this highlighter on my, like the top of my cheekbones right here, and I don't like to carry it into my cheeks really, like on the apples of my cheeks or anything, because I want to have like a lifted effect with all of my cheek products. So I don't do that. And then I highlight my upper lip and down my nose. So this is the completed foundation routine, and if you are interested in any of the products that I used, like my lashes that I have on, and or my lip color or anything, I will link everything down below. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.